Only 40% of you are subscribed. Fix that. I want to say thank you to my Patreon subscribers and my Twitch subscribers. If you want to help out the channel, you can actually help out for as little as $1 a month. Enjoy the video and have some fun. So, hey guys, did you know I actually just finished watching Miss Marvel earlier today? Before I went to work, I watched the last episode. It was actually pretty good. It was a series where you can tell a lot of people that watch it, for reactions, or they watch it where they want to shit on the MCU because the MCU, all that other good bullshit. They have no idea how Kamala Khan is in the comics, or they don't understand the significance of like different comic book people. And I know you shouldn't be. Oh, I read the comics, so you know the character. And sometimes the characters, they have different power sets or a different expression of their power sets. Than what's in the movies, because let's just face it, and this is not a knock on her power, but Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, she's has a very similar power set to Reed Richards. Not saying she has the intelligence or Reed has they just have a similar power set, stretchy and shit. And inside the show, you were introduced to historic context of what happened with the partition. That's a lot of the different things with movies. It's a communication, an evolution of telling stories around the fireplace. It's a evolution of books, it's videos. These are evolutions of storytellings. Now, one of those things also, you get from storytellings, from lessons of how to you get lessons of how to kind of learn different things, learn about the world, but you also learn morality from stories. That's just the nature of how humans tell stories. And one of those things about morality that you learn is that sci-fi is always, on general, woke. You can't have a sci-fi story without it being woke in some kind of way, either unintentionally or intentionally. Most of the time, intentionally. You can't have stories about high fantasy without them carry some moral connotations with them. You can't even have horror movies without them actually showing the monsters of the world, which more than often are men. Men are the monsters in horror stories, and not men as in person with penis, but the human being is the most terrifying monster in horror stories. But now you have where morality is dead and Hollywood has killed it. Let's see what the Capitalist Research Institute means by this, or is it? Yeah, it's a foundation of economic education. These fucking fake ass institutions always kind of run together for me. So let's go.
Modern media has a morality problem.
No, it doesn't. It's modern media has. Oh, how? What is that morality problem? Oh, okay, let's go.
So many of the most popular movies and TV shows depict awful characters doing horrible things to other people. And instead of treating these as cautionary tales, it seems that we're now supposed to look at them as role models.
Wait, when? How? What? What is the Joker? Do you think he's supposed to be your role model? No, you dumb fuck. How does that even happen? How is that even possible that you think these people are set to be role models? Do you think Joffrey Tyrion is supposed to be a role model. No, no. And if you think that these despicable ass characters are supposed to be role models, then you have a issue. I love the characterization of Doctor Doom. I understand his motivation for doing shit. I understand why he does shit. And when they build on his backstory, it is really understandable of why he does what he does. Most of his ego, some of his jealousy, some of it is inadequacy. But I don't see him as a role model. I see him as a flawed being. That's the thing. But what? Okay, let's go.
But when I've talked about this on Out of Frame in the past, I've often gotten comments from people complaining that good characters are boring, or that these shows and movies are just depicting reality as it is.
So, yeah, a lot of these people, a lot of the good storytelling comes from close to real life things. And I hate to tell you this, my friend, the world isn't black and white and good and evil. That's not how the world works. But okay, let's go.
Solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. A shocking number of people seem to believe that the world is a horrible place and humanity is irredeemable.
That's not what those movies actually say. And oh my God, this is such an immature way of looking at the world, where you think that everything has to be black and white. A child can understand degrees of what happens through the world. A child can understand how it's not always one way or another. Are you that deficient in your cognitive abilities to realize that, one, most of the movies aren't just black and white, they are shades of gray? Okay, let's go.
Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet.
And yet, this was not even the coolest person in the... Like, he is busting out the Matrix. Busting out the Matrix. I have no idea. No, dog, that's not even it. Oh. The whole point of this is somebody who thought themselves better than human beings. He's not even human. That he hates it. But that wasn't a story. And the whole trilogy of the Matrix, the first Matrix, was about choice, being who you are, and elevating above that. But and some other things like identity and how the world sees you, and it's more than just one thing. But let's go.
This attitude is why I have a ton of comments on my videos about Thanos defending his insane and patently incorrect brand of Malthusianism.
No, yeah, he was wrong. And yes, there are dumb fucks who actually get the wrong idea from different pieces of media. Like, look, check this out, right? Check this out. There are people that believe, I know, right, that the Bible is actually true and a good moral book. Like, what? No. They actually believe a book that brags about multiple genocides is a book of morality. I don't. Yeah, sure, yeah. But let's go.
Malthusian population control. This kind of misanthropy is everywhere, and I think a lot of us have just come to expect it. Thing is, this...
What? So, why bring up, like, the right-wing trucker shit where you are clearly going down a right-wing path of Hollywood is killing morality? Oh, okay.
Stories we tell each other matter. Stories are our primary means of making sense of the world around us.
No. Lazy motherfuckers, that's their primary means of finding out things around them. No, lazy motherfuckers. No, you can always teach people. You can always have a conversation. You can always have a debate. You can have a fucking lecture. You don't need stories. If only stories appeal to you, then you're fucking stupid. Okay, I'm sorry.
And they have a profound effect on what we believe, not only in terms of what we all think is true or false, but in terms of what values and premises we accept.
I get that we are all influenced by the culture around us, but if you only leave it to stories, it's it, you're doing a disservice to your duty of teaching people. But okay, let's go.
In the words of Rogue One director Gareth Edwards,
as a race, we're kind of immortal, I mean, we reproduce. Individually, we don't, but, we reproduce and we have children. They're sort of clones of ourselves. But the one thing that doesn't copy over, the one thing you can't reproduce is experience.
Okay, like, sure, that is true. Stories, how we pass stuff along in a concise, in a way where we can, it can stick more. And of course, everybody creates their own narrative. But okay, let's go.
The human body is like the hardware, and I feel like stories are the software that you sort of load into the new child.
But
wait, a director, not an anthropologist, not a psychologist, a director. He's the expert on human psychology. Yeah, sure, because he wrote a movie that people like, or he directed a movie that people like, so he's an expert. Not like the real experts, right? Not like the real expert. Oh, okay, let's go.
But what if we're downloading malware into our brains instead? What happens when the stories we surround ourselves with each and every day tell us the wrong things and warp our perspective? Well, I actually think we end up with a society that looks a lot like what we've seen for the last...
Oh, okay. So I can agree that the fact that the medium that you grow up with dictates, how you look and see what's moral and things of that nature. I can agree as somebody who does propaganda. That's what this is. Me creating a video explaining my personal points of view is propaganda. But it's not as if that there is no voice, there is no, conflicting narratives, or there is no conflicting stories or moralities that's not happening with society. And let's just face it, this is actually this is like that American exceptionalism, because we see this part of the world going bad, then the whole world must be going bad because reasons.
Last few years. Fortunately, I've got some ideas on what to do about all this, and that's what I wanted to talk about today on this episode of Out of Frame.
Wait, that's not even a fucking Hollywood movie. That's a news story. Okay, let's go.
I talked a lot on this series about the importance of stories, but I started thinking about it again recently when I put out a short episode on the Netflix series Arcane. In that video, I expressed a mild criticism of the show, which I liked over...
I actually haven't seen Arcane. I hear people like watching it and shit like that. I haven't seen it, so this is like lost to me right now.
Overall, by the way, that it didn't have very many morally good characters. And, well, I would have liked to see that.
Wait, you're telling me, man, you need a morally good person in a story to tell you not to do bad shit? Come on, man. Come on. You are not that stupid. Okay, let's go.
Apparently, this was the worst possible thing anyone has ever wished for, because a lot of folks showed up to make one of basically 3 comments.
How much you want to bet this is oversimplified because he doesn't understand the complexity of moral dilemmas or moral choices, or the fact that if you're in a fucked up situation, sometimes you are morally flexible. But let's go.
Some complained that there were good characters, like Echo and Caitlyn. That's true-ish, but as I said, there weren't very many.
Wait, what? Do you think this is supposed to be some Saturday morning cartoons? Okay, all right. his main criticism was blown out the water by actual good moral people. Well, there weren't many. Okay, dog. Okay.
And in most of those cases, we don't spend much time with them. Others said that good characters are inherently boring Mary Sues, and they prefer shows that focus on protagonists with questionable morality because they're more interesting.
Again, this is kind of what I was saying before, that if you're in the, and from what I understand, it's a post-apocalyptic type of story, or it's not necessarily it's a harsh condition to live in the world of Arcane. You don't come out looking stellar. It's never like, you're never just morally upstanding in situations like that. But I'm sure he's lived a privileged life where he had never had to make any morally questionable choice, because living in poverty or living in a oppressive regime, because yeah, he always makes good choices. All right, let's go.
I don't actually agree, but that's largely a matter of opinion, so whatever.
So you admit it's just your opinion, man. All right, let's go.
Still others said that the whole point of the show was that no one is morally good and that we would all regularly do bad things if we lived under the same type of conditions. I have issues with all the other claims, but this deeply nihilistic theme kept coming up again and again.
So, again, this is somebody who's never ever actually probably lived in an adverse situation in his life. Because if you actually believe that shit, that, oh, no. When you're in fucked up situations, you always make good and moral decisions because reasons. FF14 does an amazing job adding gray areas to morality. It's the best villain. It has the best villain ever, in my opinion. And the trick is giving the villain justified reasons for their actions. Yes, because the thing about it is, it's the same thing about when you see Christians that believe like, oh, it's nobody that can actually fall off the straight and narrow, or it's nobody who can give up their religion. Because yes, if they were really, really good, or if they really, really believe, they wouldn't be able to not think about going a different way. And it's like they're trying to make the excuse for the reason why they are close to it, but they don't want to fucking admit to it. And this is the same shit. It's just like, no, if I was in a bad situation, of course I make always the perfect decision because I'm great and I will never be changed by this shit. But let's continue.
And across hundreds of comments, the world is too complicated to hold anyone to consistent standards. Good and bad don't really exist anyway. And besides, who are you?
Yes, good and bad are relative. They are relative, and some people can't afford to be all pious and good and all that other good shit all at the same time. Okay, let's go.
To judge what anyone does. Nothing matters. I'm honestly worried that this negative...
That's not nothing matters. It's your situations matter. The conditions that you're in matter. That's what the problem is. And if you don't understand that, again, your simplification of the moral system is tantamount to a 4-year-old.
Reflects an increasingly common worldview. It seems to be especially pervasive in modern media. In fact, part of the reason I said I was hoping for more characters to root for in Arcane was because it seems so incredibly cliched at this point to tell ultra-dark stories. A depressing world...
Wait, he doesn't realize... has he ever read classic stories? Like, has he ever read classic stories? Like, I get for a time, for about a span of about 30 to 40 years, there were absolute in movies, but there are classic stories. Odysseus from the Odyssey was a classic story of somebody doing terrible shit to survive to make it home. He wasn't all moral. The Trojan War, if you want to go back to the Iliad, if you want to go into the Bible, God, there is so much horrible shit that is done, but it is sanitized because it's the word of the Lord. But if you go back to all these classic stories, none of them are just, they made the upstanding moral decision and then they won. This is so anti-historical that you just like name any book that was not written through the time span of good must triumph over evil. You name any book that wasn't just a hack book, and you will see that a lot of people made a lot of morally questionable decisions. Even fucking in Marvel during that time, they made a lot of fucking questionable decisions. But the only time you don't see that is in DC, where they just have paragons. And like, yeah, DC is shit. Anyway, let's go.
World where horrible things are constantly happening to people who are themselves mostly complicit in making their world worse for everyone? Where have we seen that before?
The real world. Like, okay, let's go.
Everywhere. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Orange is the New Black, 24, Oz, House of Cards, Utopia, Sharp Objects, Dead to Me, The Magicians, Vikings, Ozark, Westworld, Peaky Blinders, Narcos, Dark. The list of bleak shows from the last 10 years or so is extremely long.
Does he not realize that the reason why Hollywood is like that, where they show dark shows, is literally because it sells? People like this shit. Like, does he want to go back to the days of fucking G.I. Joe where, good always wins over evil and knowing is half the battle? Like, this is a level of stories that this motherfucker wants to go to. How? How are you in any way? And I don't want to actually just say that it seems like his media consumption, it started and ended in between the late 90s to the early 80s. But it seems like his media consumption started in the late 80s and went to the early 90s. Here, I gave my daughter a middle name, Odessa, after Odysseus. Pantheistic religions were more accepting of their gods doing cussful shit. Hey, love and thunder, Zeus. Like, yeah. He wants the Hays Code. That's what he wants. He wants the Hays Code where things weren't that complicated and he can actually keep the fuck up. But let's continue.
They all feature a cast of characters who range from amoral to downright evil. Anyone who is good or heroic is necessarily naive, and as a result, they're either killed off or so many horrible things happen to them that they lose sight of their own morality over time. The question that I keep pondering lately is, why is this so common? Why do so many TV and film writers...
I will tell you why. Because so many motherfuckers want realism in the world. Because we know that shit doesn't... That what is shown is, in a sense, closer to how people really act. But, you know... But the thing about it is, why does does he watch those shows? Like, does he sit back and watch motherfucking the Mickey Mouse Club? Like, the fuck? Like, does he sit back and watch all the shows where good always triumphs over evil and there's no question about the good that people do and the good people always win? Like, he knows that, like, he doesn't watch that media itself, right? He realizes that. Like, let's go to this man's channel. Here, let's see. Let's go to his channel. Hold on. This is his channel.
Community.
Shut up. Videos. Mission Impossible. Like, there's no moral questionality in that one, right? What's another one? Let's just look at some of the ones that he did. The Ministry of Truth is worse than it sounds. Like, 1984? He talking 1984. 1984. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wait. Here. Hollywood hates you, and you. I'm gonna have to do that one too because that sounds stupid. Demolition Man. He likes Demolition Man. Okay. Spider-Man skip politics. Spider-Man skip politics. Like, listen to that. Spider-Man skip politics. In what fucking movie did Spider-Man skip politics? Okay. Like, is it me or is he just fucking stupid? Miss Marvel did politics and it made $1 billion too. I have no idea what this motherfucker talking about. Excuse me. Because all he is saying is that politics when it's something that I don't like, but it's normal when it's something that I do like. Okay, let's go.
Writers push this narrative so often. Going back to what I said at the beginning, a lot of people seem to...
He can't even watch Mr. Rogers. You want to know why he can't even watch Mr. Rogers? Because Mr. Rogers was extremely political. If you don't think Mr. Rogers was extremely political, then you're a dumbass. That's like watching Bob Ross is like, oh no, he's just doing little happy accidents. Like, okay, let's go.
Think that morally good heroes are boring. And while I think this can often be...
And this is even the fucking remake. This is the biopic they did about Mr. Rogers. The fucked up part about it is Mr. Rogers was so nice and good that his naivete that he presented actually was a selling point. Not only that, Mr. Rogers literally had him sharing a pool with the black person. You know when he had sat in the pool, took off his shoes, and sat in the pool with the black cop? That was political, dog. The fact that he had somebody who was disabled on his show and actually explained how that kid actually lived his life and explained how he was just a normal person that had different abilities than what you have. That's political. I just can't with these people because they're so fucking they are so fucking mentally disabled that they can't understand when shit is just blaring in their face. The fact that I mentioned about Mr. Rogers actually sharing a pool with the black cop is literally at the height of segregation. Mr. Rogers actually went to a electric car factory. Wow. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go.
Case, I'd argue that it's a consequence of bad writing rather than an inherent conceptual problem. The whole idea that good people make for uninteresting characters seems to reflect an inverted understanding of reality. What I think is...
No. It's inverted to your ass. Like, for real. You have to be uncharacter. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. You have to be uncharacteristically good to actually show as a reflection against the things. Steve Rogers is uncharacteristically good. He is at a point where it's just like they point out how much of a fucking Boy Scout that he is. And he accepts that shit. And for all his hope and we're going to be this in the comics, in the movies, there is just some mountains that is just like, yo, this would break anybody. And for you to say that, oh no, a good person is always going to be good no matter what, that's unrealistic of a character. But, okay. All right, let's go.
Actually happening is that film and TV writers just aren't very good at creating interesting, morally upstanding characters. Not that those characters can't be written well. And in the last few years, I've started to question whether or not most writers even understand what defines good and bad in morality. It's fine to write a protagonist.
This is the man who said Demolition Man was a good movie. Okay.
Who is a horrible person, if you at least recognize that they're actually bad guys. But late.
See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the shit that I'm really talking about. If you describe an evil person as a bad guy, then you are fucking stupid. If you have to break it down to a good guy and a bad guy, then you should be limited from being around fucking sharp objects. Because what the fuck is a bad guy? What is a bad guy? That's the problem with these idiots. These conservatives that claim to be the most moral, but just copy their moral from a fucking 3,000-year-old tone. Just to say that, haha, I'm more moral than you. You. Oh, God. Okay.
Lately, it seems like we end up with horrible protagonists being presented as heroes. Characters that used to be pretty good have even been rebooted as much worse human beings.
Wait. Does he think Archie was a good human being? I mean like, can we actually say it here? Even the old Archie comic books, Archie was kind of doing some shitty things. I mean, like, unless, all parties was agreement that he was, trying to fuck both of the chicks. I forget what they name. Like that's, you don't string people along. That's not a good thing to fucking do. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, and I don't want to be totally uncharitable, but Hollywood isn't exactly an industry known for its moral compass. Maybe they're just writing what they...
Wait. What industry is known for its moral compass? Like, what organization is known for its moral compass? The church... I can't even say it. Wow. I almost said the church. Like, wait. Finance. Politics. They're known for their moral compass. Oh shit. Oh wow. Oh God. What industry is known for its moral compass? YouTubers. That's what it is. YouTubers are the tenants or the fucking psychons of moral. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
They believe. Maybe they, like many of my commenters, just think that it's more interesting. But there are a ton of incredibly interesting, morally heroic characters in cinema and television history.
Is somebody gonna tell him that the Iron Giant was a weapon? Like, he was a weapon. That was the selling point of the Iron Giant. He was a alien weapon that literally was set to destroy the Earth, but he connected to somebody after he lost, like, damage to his, oh God. Okay. Damn dumb people. Fuck you, dumb people. Let's go.
Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Luke Skywalker. Rob Roy, Captain America, Peggy Carter, Din Djarin, Ted Lasso, Mal Reynolds and Zoe Washburn, Eddie Edwards, Leanne.
So here, wait. Let's kind of go back there.
More interesting.
Let's go.
But there are a ton of incredibly
We're gonna take
interesting,
this one at a
morally
time.
heroic characters in cinema and television history. Yoda,
Yoda wasn't moral. Yoda wasn't moral. He was head of an organization that trained child soldiers. Yoda wasn't moral. Not only that, Yoda ran from Vader. He was more concerned with saving his own ass than fighting Vader. This is in your fucking canon, and you can't say that was, oh no, that was the new movies. Yoda ran from Vader. He was hiding in the swamps of Dagobah because he was like, oh, yo, kind of like, I don't know if I can beat this motherfucker, or it's going to be a protracted war. It's going to be a protracted war. And oh yeah, hey Luke, we need you to kill Darth Vader. Why didn't you tell me it was my father? Fuck that. Go kill that bastard. Because we have a war with the Sith that we need you to be a fucking pawn.
Obi-Wan.
Again, if we're going with the original trilogy, Obi-Wan, again, ran away from Darth Vader. He left Luke to believe that, oh yeah, no, you just, like, you're just an orphan. He outright lied to Luke about Vader killing his father. And then he's like, well, this is a matter of perspective. Motherfucker, your perspective is so fucking skewed. If you didn't live in space, you would probably think the earth was flat. Like, the fuck? Okay, alright.
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker.
Now, Luke was tabula rasa, blank slate. And the original stories stopped right before he took steps with his own power. And we see how that turned out in the sequel trilogy. But okay.
Walker. Rob.
I don't remember who Rob Roy is. I don't know who that shit is.
Roy. Captain.
Again, going back to, like, he's using the movie version of Captain America. Even he was like, it's morally questionable shit. I'm gonna stick up for my friend and almost kill Tony to stick up for my friend. Like, and even if you go to the comic books, Captain America is unusually pointed out that he is somebody who does shit as not just a standard, but as almost to an absurdity. And people hated the fact that Dark Captain America after Secret Empire because Kip doesn't be like that. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go.
In America, Peggy Carter.
Wait, Peggy Carter. Oh, okay. I'm just again. I don't know if he knows how to read. Like, does his Texas script? Like, I don't know.
In Jarring.
I don't know who that is.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. This is, oh my God. From what I know of the show, Ted Lasso is seen as a fucking laughingstock. This proves a point that everybody else is saying. That these people are so absurdly good that they're laughingstocks. That's like people, look. Here. That's like people coming up and saying that, you know what? We need more Talk No Jutsu and Naruto. Like this is a shit that this level of just ridiculousness comes from. No. We need more Talk No Jutsu and Naruto because he didn't use enough of that shit. He didn't use more of that inspirational speeches of like, yeah, we can work together and I can be Hokage. This is that shit. Okay, fuck. Let's go.
Mal Reynolds and Zoe Washburn. Eddie Edwards.
I don't know who that is. Let's see. Why does it look like I should know what that is, but I don't know who that is? All right.
Eddie Edwards. Leanne Tui.
He does know the Blind Side was a fictionalization of a story, and she wasn't as, I hate to say it, like, she wasn't as good as she was portrayed in the movie. Okay.
Atticus Finch. John.
Wait. Is he talking about the Green Mile? Oh my God, he's talking about the Green Mile. Okay.
Coffee, Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible. I is it the person that was lying to his family about him getting a new job and literally just doing it for an ego boost. He's a good guy. Okay.
And Elastigirl, Frozone, Naruto Uzumaki.
Now, mind you, I will say this. He the story of Naruto is a story of this is the Naruto that never gave up hope, and this is the Naruto that did. That's all the conflict is in that story. It's like, well, there are more than versions of that, but it's more along the lines of I never gave up hope saying who I want to be. I never go back on who I am. And then the people that didn't, or people that didn't have any hope. Like, he wasn't just a moral good. Like, he wasn't. It was just that, oh my God. Like, and the thing about it is, I literally was watching a video of the fact that, well, you know, spoiler alerts, if you haven't seen a fucking 30-year-old property, there is a time during the big fourth great Shinobi War where Obito is saying that, how do you know he won't end up like me going forward? And Kakashi responds like, well, I'm going to push as much as I can to help him. When he stumbles, I make sure he won't fall. That wasn't a product of just Naruto's ninja way and his will. No, people around him realized he was a weak son of a bitch and actually helped him and pushed him to get his goal. Not in the sense that he was some big moral good, but because they saw how he done been through some shit. And he's even says like, yo, if I was in a different position and nobody actually cared about me, I would have went Gaara. I would have went Sasuke. I would have went fucking Nagito. I would have went Pain. I would have went Obito. This is not somebody who says, I'm the greatest good of there is. No, this is somebody who says, I'm on a hairline, but because people are around me, I am like Naruto's first friend was Suinku. Like that Swing was his friend, and then like he had other people around him. But make no mistake, if those other people weren't around him, Gaara, you just had Gaara. Like fuck. Like and he has said that it's like that just would have been Gaara. I would have been raining destruction and terror on the village because they pissed me off. Like a good person doesn't. Okay, let's go.
Edward Elric. So
wait, Edward. Again, this is literally just going back. And I know some of y'all don't watch anime, and it's like Edward Elric was literally again another person. If you actually watch Brotherhood, is that the reason why he was able to do the things that he did is because other people around him helped him. Okay. Let's go.
Sophie Hatter, Christopher Chance, Hub and Garth McCann.
I never saw
Superman,
that.
at least.
Yeah, caught that one. The version from All-Star Superman, because he knows that in some cases where you talk about like the New Adventures of Superman, where he was just like Boy Scout Superman, nobody gave a fuck about that character. Okay, let's go.
He's the version from All-Star Superman.
Paddington 2.
What? And yeah, sure, Paddington the Bear. I could go on, but the point is, there are all kinds of morally excellent characters that are also rather emphatically not boring. These are people, and bears, who know the difference between.
These are, of course, these are people who literally are Goku. Goku, he's not evil. He's a chaotic neutral, but he's not evil. He never goes out of his way to kill people. And what makes Goku, if he wasn't always, I'm going to scream and turn my hair a different color, would be a boring character. People actually don't like Goku. They would rather a reactionary character like Gohan, somebody who doesn't drive a story, just reacts to the story, as a protagonist over Goku. The only reason why a lot of these dumb fucks like Goku is because him strong. But it's because plot. No, he can scream and change his hair a different color. And he's going to be like Super Saiyan Sherbet soon. Like his hair's going to be multiple colors or rainbow color. Like okay, let's go.
Right and wrong, and who always work to do the right thing, even though it's not always easy to do. And yet, none of them are perfect or skate through life without any problems. It's absolutely possible to create well-written, complex, engaging characters who are morally good and yet still have to deal with dramatic struggles. The whole idea that good characters...
Wait, is he saying Ray was a good person and didn't do anything morally wrong? Okay. I know that would insult a dumb fuck like this because, of course, he's probably one of those fat dumb menace motherfuckers. Let's go.
Have to be one-dimensional Mary Sues is nonsense. But in order to write those kinds of characters, you do actually have to have a clear concept of right and wrong. So let's talk about that. Some of you may be thinking that I'm already way ahead of myself.
Alright, I'm done with this shit. I may come back to this. This is like this all this motherfucker sounds like is that, oh, morals are complicated. Can you not make them as complicated? And I just like this whole. He spent 10 minutes of just blustering, and it's just like, come on, dog. Like, come on. I got shit to do, man. I gotta wake up tomorrow morning. I gotta actually do some editing of the videos. Like, I can't keep doing this shit, man. It's not something that I can actually deal with. Hold on. All right, so wait, stop. I can't keep doing this shit. But anyway, yeah, no, fuckers like this. They just seem like they have a moral compass of that of a fucking 4-year-old. And I knew long time. I knew raising a child, it was my fucking duty, to actually just say, yeah, he sounds like Tucker Carlson. It was my job to not just tell stories, but to also explain moralities. And if you can't take the time to do that for yourself, how the fuck, like, if you're letting Hollywood dictate your morals, Hollywood believes that people with power should actually make all the decisions in the world because they just have power for some reason. Hollywood shows a meritocracy. Like, no, like, it fucking doesn't. And, oh, God, I just can't. Anyway, yeah, I'm done with this video. Yeah, please do all the other shit like YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. And, thank you for watching this clip. And, I'm glad to go bleach my brain with some motherfucking, morality quotes. All right, thanks.